Hiya, welcome to GGKCS, a multi-generational podcast / FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, my pronouns are she, they, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Saturday, the 1st of April, 2023, and this is episode 495. I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. So it's been a month since I've been here with y'all, and there's been lots of fun things that have happened. I have several things to share with you about in Yummies, and the March Black Needle Society box, there was a delay with it, so it is shipping out shortly, and I will do an unboxing of that as soon as it gets here. And the Spring and Stars Hollow box will be shipping out soon as well. So you can expect 2 unboxings from me before I see y'all again for a regular episode in May. So, well, with that, I've got quite a few things to share with you. So let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. All right, let us, oh my word, I need more coffee. Let's talk about what's on my needles. In my cute little kitty bag. I am working on birthday socks for my bestie Katie's husband Jeremy for his birthday in May. I'm using my French vanilla cappuccino sock pattern that you can find at javapearldesigns.com. And as always, everything we talk about in this episode, you can find links to at ggkcs.com. So I'm using my French vanilla cappuccino sock pattern. I'm on US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and I'm using West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply self-striping in the Winter Icicle colorway. So sock 1 is completely done. Yes, he has large feet. This is why he only gets 1 pair of socks a year from me. I am in love with this like thick and thin striping. I've never had a West Yorkshire Spinners that did that before. It's so, so pretty. And the second sock is, the heel is done, and I have started on the leg. So if I did the math right, I should be done with these by next weekend. And then I will start on birthday socks for my bestie's oldest son, Noah, because shipping to the UK is expensive, y'all. And so if I can ship both Jeremy's for his birthday in May and Noah for his birthday this summer at once, plus some other things I have for Katie, then it's going to make it cheaper overall. So that is the plan for what to do. That's the only thing I have active on my needles right now. Like I said, I will start a new pair of socks as soon as I finish these. And of course, I'll be casting on a preemie hat tomorrow as usual. Which, speaking of preemie hats, let's move on to the next segment and I will show you my finishes. And now it's time for finished projects. But first, we're going to go back in time to last month when I couldn't show you 4 FOs. And I pre-recorded this, so different shirt, different glasses, all the things. But I'm going to show you now those FOs that I could not show you before. And then we'll be back to talk about the FOs that I finished since I recorded last. All right, here we go. Okay, so these are the knitted FOs that I couldn't show you before, but now they have been gifted, so now I can show them. They are all shorty fingerless mitts, which is a pattern that I converted from a freebie pattern, and they're all on US 3.25 mil needles. Pair number 1 used Countess Ablaze Lady Persephone sock in the Stardust colorway. If you haven't seen these on, the reason I came up with these or like tried to find a pattern and then ended up modifying one is because I wanted one that didn't cover my watch. I wanted mitts that didn't cover my watch. So, and now I've knit I don't know how many pairs of these. Okay, and then this pair is Bootleggers Hollow Hand Dyes in the Look at the Flowers Lizzie colorway. And then this pair is Uru Yarn Sugared Sock in the Peachy Queen colorway. And then the final pair is Blueberry Chick Yarn Kiowa Fingering in the Lavender Sorbet with Sprinkles colorway. So those are the 4 FOs that I had not been able to show you, but I'm pre-recording this before I ship these out, and then I will be able to put this in the April podcast episode. All right, back to the present. Okay, thank you for Wibbly Wobbly time traveling with me. Yeah, that makes me think that I am rewatching Doctor Who, the 9th Doctor on. Yeah, Wibbly Wobbly timey-wimey. So, okay, then let me show you finished preemie hats since I saw you last. So these are from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can find at javapearldesigns.com, and I use US 6's 4mm needles on all of them. So this is number 10 for the year. It used Blueberry Chick Yarn Kiowa Fingering. Nope, that's a lie. It used Bootleggers Hollow Hand Dyed Cloud in the Look at the Flowers Lizzie colorway, Countess Ablaze Lady Persephone Sock in the Stardust colorway, and Uru Yarn Sugared Sock in the Peachy Queen colorway. I had to add in a 3rd yarn because I didn't have enough. I thought I had more. And so, but I think it's fine. I think it looks cute. So there was number 10. Number 11 is Knitology Worsted in the Royal Court colorway and Pandia's Jewels 3-ply tweed in the Sleet colorway. And then number 12, I love this one. This is number 12. This is Lily Sugar and Cream in the Guacamole colorway. It's so fun. And these are 100% cotton. This one and the next one are 100% cotton because sometimes babies have allergies to fibers. So, and this is number 13 for the year, Lily Sugar and Cream in the Fruit Punch colorway. So super, super cute. It's harder to make the pom-poms with 100% cotton. They don't like puff up as much as the other ones, but it's fine. I think they're super cute. So there's 4 more preemie hats. Speaking of preemie hats, I think I told y'all last month that I was able to finally donate 50 of them to a local hospital, to my local hospital, the hospital that I work at. And then I had someone reach out and ask if I would donate some to their local hospital. So I shipped another 50 out to that hospital. So I still have well over 100 hats in my closet. And this makes 4 more to go in there. But I'm loving that I'm getting to get some of these out in the world that have had to sit for so long through the worst of COVID. So, all right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. Okay, let's start with this in my yarn toten bags bird cross stitch bag. I am stitching Santa's Stamp Collection by Katie Landis of the Black Needle Society. This pattern is not available for purchase yet. It was given to those of us who bought the Nice List box in 2022. I'm doing it on Fortnite fabric, 16 count Aida in the plush colorway using the called for DMC. Although I am making some adjustments. I'm not going to take this out of the Q-snap because I just got it sitting here. I can't remember when I talked to y'all last if I had finished whatever stamp down here I finished. See, there's stamps down there that are underneath. But I finished like all the way across of where I was at. So I decided I would jump up here and do the header. So I didn't change anything about the collection letters. Stamp I outlined because it's that same color that is on the outside of the stamps. It doesn't show up, but I decided to use the kind of tealy blue to outline instead of the kind of purpley brown. And then it also called for using I think that's, oh wait, no, I lied. I think that's white. I think that's white inside, and so I outlined it. And then it called for using this outside color where all this up here where the yellow is, and I knew it wasn't going to show up and I didn't want to outline all that. So I changed it to yellow. So I did yellow around the outsides there, yellow. And then I didn't change anything about here where I'm doing the stripy, it's going to say Santa's, so I just have the S left. So when I finish that S, there's little things in between the letters there. And then there's a piece up here, like a motif here that kind of goes out to about here. And then on that other side, the same thing, like a medallion kind of piece. And then it goes up over there. And then I'll be done with the top. And then that way I can jump back down and start working on the stamps again. But I was just like, I was at a good point to stop and just work on the header. So I did all of that. So there's that. I did not get any progress this month on Move Forward in Love, so I'm not going to show it to you. Next up in my Outlander to bed or to sleep project bag, I am working on the British Isles Adventure Style by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'm using the Zweigart 16 count Ada in pale blue with the called for DMC. I am behind, y'all. I did not finish Clue 2 before Clue 3 came out. I've had less crafting time, and that's just how it is sometimes. So I will just keep working on this. But let me see if I get, a lot of it is up under here. So, but let me see if I can show you what I did finish from part 2. So there was the soccer ball. The word soccer actually originated in England. There is a Welsh person wearing a traditional Welsh costume made from wool, and it was seen as a visual declaration of Welsh identity. And then over here we have the rugby ball. I don't do sports ball, y'all. Rugby was only classified as a professional sport in 1995. And then these daffodils. The daffodil is the national flower of Wales. And then currently I'm working on this like dragon. Some historians believe the Welsh flag is the oldest national flag still in use. So I'm working on that right there. And then I still will have a bull ring for the bull ring that opened in Birmingham in 1166. I will have Buckingham Palace. There are over 1,500 doors in Buckingham Palace. And I will have a bow and arrow. Arrows can travel faster than a sprinting cheetah. And I will have a windmill. The earliest known windmill in Norfolk was recorded in 1268. So I'm about halfway done with Clue 2. So I'm just going to keep pressing through and work on it and then jump into Clue 3. Ideally, I would like to be done with Clue 2 and have made good progress on Clue 3 before Clue 4 comes out at the end of April, because how are we in April already, y'all? I just don't understand. And then finally, in my Winnie the Pooh project bag by Knit Run Dig, I'm working on Edinburgh Castle by Terra Luna Stitchery. All the details of everything I'm using for this are in the show notes at ggkcs.com. All right, here is where I am at. I did move the Q-snap since I talked to y'all last. This is the end of the second row of pages. So when I finished stitching on this last night, I was at 95,620 stitches complete out of 265,824. And that put me at just under 36% complete, 35.971%. And I'm at 18 pages finished. I think when I finish this row of pages, it'll be 20 pages out of 60. But I think the bottom row of pages doesn't have a full, it's not like a full page. So, yeah, I was trying to do the math last night to figure out how many squares I still had to go, and I kept confusing my head. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and partial 1. So 18, 27, 36. I think it looks like about 41 squares, plus there's just like a partial over here. So what I'll do is when I'm doing this row, I will just go ahead and do the extra few stitches in the next over. It looks like it's only like 4 stitches. So by, let's see, today's April. So by the end of May, I should be done with this row of pages. And then I will, when I get it out of the Q-snap, I will take photographic evidence of where I'm at, and then I will start on the 3rd row of pages. So making good progress on it. And I think that is everything that I am currently stitching on. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about. Yummies. First up, yes, I got new glasses. So I stayed with the cat's eye shape, but these are kind of a deeper pink than the previous ones. And they're super, super cute. I love them so much. And then I also did get a second pair. Again, the same cat's eye shape, but obviously thinner, and these are pink and orange, and they're fabulous, and I love them. I got both of them from Zenni Optical, which is where I have gotten my glasses for quite some time and have not ever had a problem, and I love them. So okay, next up I wanted to tell you about Demis Play. So Dami and 2 other alum from their university were invited back to each direct a 1-act play and they all were queer stories, which was fantastic, especially with, if you remember that I've talked about in the past, the issues that have been going on at Dami's University around anti-LGBTQ plus and lawsuits and all the things. So it was lovely that the theater was like, we're doing this anyway. And they did. So the play that Dami directed was called Letters for Adelaide by Grace Everett. And they did fantastic. And I'm just so, so proud of them and their friends that also directed plays. I got to go on closing night with Dami, and we just had the best time. I didn't know where to throw this in, but I will just throw it in here. If you follow me on Facebook, you've probably seen this. Well, on Instagram too, because I did share some there. But I'm dating someone, and her name is Elise, and it's a little bit of a long distance relationship because she lives in Eastern Washington. But I was just there last weekend, and it was fantastic. I got to meet her teenage kids in person, as well as some of her close friends, played board games, and yeah, so I'll pop in a couple of pictures here, but y'all know so much about my life, and I share quite openly what's going on in my life, and so I thought I would just throw it in here that I am dating someone. So all right, we got the new Pom Pom Quarterly. This is issue 44, spring 2023. And as always, when I received it, what did I do? I love the paper they use. If this model right here looks familiar to you, they were on Queer Eye. I'm trying to find their name. Angel Joy Flores. So the theme of this issue is layers, and the 2 models are both activists who work for a more equitable world for LGBTQIA plus community in Texas and beyond. So I thought that was really, really cool. I meant to mark what I wanted to show y'all. How cute is this beret? Super fun. Bright shades of this beret reminded us of the offbeat high contrast prints made with the Riso machine. I like this pullover. This is the overlay pullover. You work 2 layers at once, intertwined into a soft and airy double-sided fabric. This technique allows you to play with 2 colors vertically. It's super, super cute. This one is a crochet pattern, which I don't know how to crochet, but I just think it's so cool. This is called the Wibbly, and it says these 3 yarns pass over and under each other to create a series of undulating and changing layers, and the finished piece itself is perfect for spring layering. So it like combines crochet and weaving, which is super, super cool. This hat, I mean, hello. This is called the Color Bar hat, inspired by CMYK printing and childhood color experiments with thick markers. So that's super fun. There is an article about the color yellow called Lemons and Murderesses. There is an article about printing called Print, Knit, Repeat. It talks about screen printing. And then let me find the recipe. I think it's here at the end. Of course, it's a layer cake because, you know, layers upon layers, you know, of course it has to be a layer cake. Yeah. So a very cool issue. Love it. And then I received Tin Can Knit's new 4-pattern collection. It's called Back to Basics, and I'm going to put images up on the screen while I talk to you about these patterns. First, there's the classic cardigan. Of course, their sizing is always so wonderful, from newborn all the way to 6XL. And this is done, you can do this with like pretty much any weight of yarn, sock, sport, DK, or worsted Aran. And it has obviously the different needle sizes and the different information about how much yarn you'll need based on what yarn you're using. It's knit back and forth in rows from the top down. Once the yoke is knit, sleeve stitches are placed on hold on waist yarn, and then the body is worked to the hem. Then sleeves are knit in the round to the cuffs. Button band is picked up and worked last. So this is just a nice basic cardigan. Very, very pretty. Okay, next up is the Simple Sweater. So this is a pullover. Again, newborn to 6XL, and again, you can use the same different weights of yarn with different needle sizes. It's knit in the round from the top down. Again, once the yoke is knit, sleeve stitches are placed on hold on waist yarn, and then the body is worked to the hem, and then the sleeves are knit to the cuffs. So just a nice basic sweater, pullover sweater. And then we have the Everyday Socks. So these are in sizes newborn all the way to adult large. And again, you can use the same different weights of yarn, worsted Aran, DK, and sock weight with the appropriate size needles. These socks are knit top down from the cuff to the toe, and it's got a heel flap and short row heel. I love the little pom-poms on the back on some of them. And there's options of like what type of cuff you want to use, whether it's a 1x1 rib or a 2x2 rib. And then the final pattern is the basic beanie, again from newborn to adult large. And you can use worsted Aran, DK, sport, or sock weight. And it is knit in the round from the brim to the crown. And uses the different decreases to get you all the way up to the top. I think this would look lovely with a pom-pom on top, because you know I love to put pom-poms on top of hats because that's just who I am. And yeah, so that is Tin Can Knit's new collection. I recommend Tin Can Knit patterns to newer knitters quite often because they're written so well. They've got such great tutorials, and the sizing is so inclusive. So I highly recommend Tin Can Knits patterns. And I will put a link to this new collection in the show notes. And thank you to Emily and Alexa for sending the patterns over our way. All right, I think that is everything for Yummies. So let's move on to the next segment. And with that, we made it to the end of the show. Yay, thanks for sticking with me through the episode. A reminder that I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. You can use my coupon code JAVAPEARL5, JAVAPURL, and the number 5 to save 5% on everything in the vault, which is where they put leftovers from previous boxes. So you should check that out at theblackneedlesociety.com. A reminder that the Pride Along that we are co-hosting continues till the 1st of July. There's a YouTube video in the show notes that tells you all about that. A huge thank you to everyone who supports the podcast, however it is you support us, especially big thank you to those who support us financially, either via Patreon, YouTube Join, PayPal, Bookshop, or Amazon. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you'll find links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, I don't know where else. All the places. And with that, I'm going to tell you goodbye. I hope y'all have a great April ahead of you. And I look forward to being back with you a couple of times extra this month with the unboxings of the March and the Gilmore Girls boxes from the Black Needle Society. And until I see you again, happy crafting. We'll talk to you again soon. She went from like being on the back of my chair, my recliner, to now she's walking along the back of the couch. I don't know if she needs like a balance beam or something, or what she's doing. I'm trying not to show you my work computer.